Well, hello, and thank you for joining my channel this month, June of 2014. I'm talking to all of the signs and just giving you guys just a different perspective of what's going on behind the scenes. So this video will be talking to Scorpio. And those of you who have Scorpio rising or moon in Scorpio, you are going to feel these influences. People ask me all the time, is this just for my sun sign? You know, listen to your rising, your sun, and your moon, and then just kind of navigate. I guess I like that word. I keep using it. Just kind of see what themes are more dominant and playing out. It does have a lot to do with what's triggering those energies in your natal chart. So it can get kind of complicated, but these are overall themes. See what applies. And if you want something more specific where we get really into the nitty-gritty details, you guys can book a reading with me. And I have some really cool services that I offer that I think are, options for everybody. So Scorpio, let's get into what's going on in June 2014. I'm primarily focusing on the water signs right now. But we do know that we're entering into Mercury retrograde. This happens usually 3 times a year. I think I said 4 times a year in one of my other videos, but depending on how everything happens, it can be 3 to 4 times a year. And this year, it's going to retrograde back into your 8th house. So I do want to make a note of that for you, Scorpios. You know, your 8th house, it's very busy, being that it's ruled by Mercury in Gemini. And that is where this Mercury will be retrograding. So you've also come out of a Mars in Libra retrograde. And that's your 12th house. So Scorpios have really been, in this place of reviewing and thinking and dealing and dwelling. And, even as long as you guys can wait and as long as you guys can sit back and strategize, you're very patient. You don't lay all your cards on the table. You hold back. But even with all of that going for you, with the energies going on in June right now, you may really feel very volcanic. There's just a lot going on, and it's taking you back to something you might have tried to push aside, and it's just highlighting it. And it's your 8th house. So, 8th house, money, intimacy, partnerships, deep, intimate partnerships, people that you're connected to on an intimate level or have been connected to on an intimate level. And so, no matter what happens in life, we go on. But, those things, are still a part of us. And they're a part of who we are. And we know that certain things in our life come in to teach us something. It's temporary. Other things come in and they're lifelong lessons. And right now, that's kind of what's going on for you guys, is a lot of this is coming to the surface. Stuff that you just can't stuff down there anymore. So my advice would be, to let this come out, but not in such a volcanic way. Maybe you need to write, journal a little bit, listen to some music, meditate, and start thinking of constructive ways to be able to have your voice heard. It's important. It's very important. I want to just take a quick look here at what's going on in the water signs. That's one of my themes for this month. And you guys have Neptune in Pisces retrograde in your 5th house. That's romance. That's creativity. So here we go. Neptune for 5 months, starting June 9th, is going to be going retrograde in this area. Taking you back. You've got a lot of reviews going on, a lot coming up from the deep, dark surface. And Neptune can be elusive. It can be, it could be past relationships that were associated with addiction. you know, it can be confusing. You could be putting your, you know, rose-colored glasses on, even though Scorpio is very perceptive when it comes to love with Pisces in the 5th house. That is where you guys get that, you know, that delusion as well. Believing that something is something when it's not. Or, you know, believing it's something that you've decided it is and it's not. So you've also have Saturn in Scorpio retrograde. That started March 20th and will continue on until July 20th. So you've got another month. That's your title. That's your identity. You're really thinking right now about what you're going to do. This is very serious life change that's calling you to really, really look at your title, at your persona, at your ego, at who you are. Is this how you want to have things be stamped in your life? Well, with this retrograde, it's having you take another look. Is this it? And it's calling you deep. So you guys are in deep waters. And then you've got Jupiter in Cancer, and that is in your 9th house. So spirituality, foreign concepts and ideas, reviewing. You know, you've been in that retrograde, but, you know, now it's coming forward. Now it's abundant. I find it very interesting that through all these radical changes you're going through, you've got Jupiter in Cancer securing your faith, expanding your faith, because with faith, it brings healing and it allows us to deal with all the other things in life. So hang in there, Scorpios. I want you guys just to know this is, again, very karmic events happening. You know, really think about it. Is this how you want the story to be told? Or do you want to write it a little differently? You have the power to do that. So good luck, you guys, and I'll see you next month.